Welcome, beings of light. How are you all doing? I wanted to bring you a video a bit earlier than today. It feels like a long time since I last walked through a transmission for you. And that's because I've had a mega week, and I don't know how you've all been, but there's been so many energy shifts that I feel a completely different person to who I was last week, last time I brought through a video for you. How are you feeling that? Are you feeling like there's just been immense shifts happening on so many levels? And I was thinking how I opened this video today, and I'm just, as usual, free flowing my experience and opening to what transmission wants to come through, because at the moment there's so many shifting parts, so many layers that are shifting at once, and it's really quite wonderful and intriguing to me. But first of all, before I start going off into this, welcome. And welcome to all those in my beautiful community who are returning here. I feel your love, I feel your support, I love you. I really love you and appreciate you. And to all those who are just stumbling across my videos and intrigued about what this light language stuff is, welcome. I invite you to just have an open mind and heart, and just tune in if this resonates or not. And thank you for being here. And thank you, all my fellow light warriors, light workers, however you want to define yourself, if you can even define yourself. Can we even define ourselves anymore? I'm finding that less and less of a thing. I feel like I've released so many identities that it's like, ooh, this is like new territory. This is really interesting. I personally feel like I've really shifted timelines. I've gone through so much in the last week. So let me say a few things about what I'm going through, and maybe you can resonate. I just share what I'm going through and trust that it helps you too, because we're all in this together, aren't we? All in this ascension process, whatever stage we're at, it's all good. It's all perfect. So the April energies for me were so intense, so dramatic. Part of what I've been going through in the last week is just integrating all of that, integrating all of the huge dynamic shifts of April and that accelerated pace. I do definitely feel a shift of pace now. It doesn't feel as manic. It feels much more grounded, which I guess is the Taurus energy, and embodied. I feel like I've been integrating and embodying so much, so much. I feel, God, I don't know where to start. So integrating loads. Then we've got all the solar activity, which is going crazy this week. It's so funny actually, because April was such a dynamic month with all the astrological shifts and the eclipses, yet the sun was really quiet. And now the sun's like, okay, it's my turn. And it's really kicking off. We just had another X3 flare just a few hours ago, when I'm recording this on Friday the 10th. And this past week, we've had several X-class flares, multiple M-class flares. I mean, you might be looked into this. I'm not going to go into the details of that. And of course, this is, people perceive this differently. I personally see it as a really exciting thing because I feel it. I'm really affected by it. And yes, it can be intense, but it's really, I feel, creating massive shifts in our DNA, in our timelines, in our expansion and acceleration. It feels very expansive. Every time the solar activity kicks up, I get new light codes coming in. I've had loads of new light codes coming in, all different things. I feel like I've opened up to higher and higher, or wider and wider, you might say, bandwidth, and I'm accessing such higher frequencies, and it'll be really interesting to see what comes through for you today. And if you've been following me for a while, you might even feel or see or experience a shift. Let's see. I have no idea what's going to come through. But so we're dealing with all of that. And for the new moon, this new moon in Taurus, when was that? I'm losing track of time because this last week feels like 2 months to me. So we had a new moon in Taurus. I believe it was Tuesday into Wednesday. And I had a huge shift a huge sort of death of an old identity and of old way of being, old karmic cycles, a massive closing, a massive ending, a massive loss, and then a massive new beginning. And it really shifted me. I mean, when I was in the death and loss part of it, it was really brought me to my knees. And, you know, this coincided with me ending, or well, I'd already ended a long-term relationship, and then my partner left on the Monday, and then the next day was a new moon. And it felt like this whole, not only chapter of my life, but whole book has now closed. And it all feels completely in alignment, that this is absolutely what is needed. And now I'm feeling this new level of freedom and expansion that I couldn't even have imagined. And I feel a lot of us are going through this massive realignment. So we are all that we are, and all that we're doing and being, and our life is really needing to come into complete alignment with who we're being called to be, because we're being called into something quite profound. And I feel a lot of us can feel this preparation, this initiation into something very new, that we're being called to be fully authentic in our truth, in our full expression, and in full alignment, so we can bring this to the world to help with these shifts that are going on and will continue to go on. I just feel this massive expansion happening, and you know, that can stir up the old again, so that might bring up and cause some releasing. I feel a lot of people went through this grief, so I couldn't do my meditation, my group meditation that I do every week. This week I had to cancel it because that was the day I was going through this huge grief. Like, although it was like surface, you can say, yes, I've had this big loss and ending, but actually it was a catalyst for a huge outpouring of very, very old grief, ancient grief, real old. It felt very galactic to me. This new moon was very connected to the Lyra constellation in various ways I won't go into. So I feel that it was part of my Lyran aspects going through this grief. And for me, it felt like this having to let go of attachment to the physical, attachment to people, places, things that I didn't realize I was so attached to, and inviting in a fluidity of a ease through change, and feeling able and safe and ready to be in a whole new way of being that I haven't experienced before. And to take that, which was talking about the last few videos, taking that leap of faith, really shifting into the new human. That, I think that was the last video I did about becoming a new human now, this new light being through the physical form. So there's a lot happening, and I wonder if you can relate, and if you're experiencing any of this too. If you've been going through that massive grief and endings, then my heart goes out to you, and I feel you, feel compassion for you. But I trust that because the energies are moving so fast now, you know, what you would have thought would have taken weeks and months, it went in one day. That I cleared all of that, transmuted all of that in one day. So I got so much loving support from many of you who emailed me. It was so touching and so heartwarming. And yet the next day I was like, oh, I'm fine now. You know, and I'm sure that more will come up. You know, this is like layers, isn't it, that we go through, layers of healing, growing, expanding, evolving. Yeah, this is such an accelerated time. And remember that we're in a new paradigm now, and sometimes this healing doesn't need endless hours and days and weeks to process anymore. I mean, always trust your process. Of course, everyone's unique, but our minds can get in the way and think, okay, I need to go into these old behaviors and old ways of being. That I'm finding that no, I'm actually a new being now. I almost said person, but I don't even feel like person's the correct term. I'm in new energy, I'm in a new timeline, I'm in a new paradigm where you don't have to process things in the same way. Healing is different now. And it's just massive shifts, like things really clicking into place. I feel like massively activated. My cells feel different. And May feels like it's expanding into this very high frequency, or we're able to access high frequencies. And part of that is the solar activity. I'm feeling some light codes coming in, and this real joyful. I mean, we're having some really beautiful sunny weather in the UK at last, which always helps. But you know, this energy of in the northern hemisphere spring, and this verdancy and this lushness and this vibrancy and aliveness, and I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that earthly life force energy surging through me, and it's so wonderful. And this is what is available to us now. So it's really earthy, yet simultaneously vastly vast and cosmic. Oh, it feels so interesting to me, and it feels so layered. I feel like a lot is happening that I can't even put words to. So I'm going to bring through a light language transmission to see what will support us. And you know, I have no idea what's going to come through. So I haven't even thought of what the title of this video is yet and what the topic is. I've just said, okay, what is wanting to come through? Let's bring it through. Whatever would really speak to the hearts and souls of those I'm here to serve. Whatever is most needed to bring my light to the world today through my gifts. And so I invite you, if you're open to receiving this light language transmission, to use your discernment, as I always say. Come into your heart. I'm just going to take a couple of deep breaths actually, because I felt my energy escalating. So I'm just going to come back into this center point in the heart and feel my feet on the ground. And I invite you to do the same, and just tune into whether you're ready to receive this light language transmission, or if it's better to come back another time. But it is my honour to assist you today in bringing through that which would most assist, serve and support you in the highest best way. So we're getting started. So I'm really feeling I'm actually down in the sacral and reaching right up. So this is partly really helping bring in these light codes from the sun. Or through the sun. So I'm really in the sacral, in the heart now. Ye she ya no wani, ya no waka ni she ya, wani she de she no waka ni ya, ni she ya na, ye she ya no wa. Ye she yo, ye she yo, ye she yo, ye she yo, ye she, ye she, ye she. Waka no, waka no, waka no. Ikata shinya wani she, ikano ashe, ike no waka ni she, tirana ko ashe, akatushwe ike, ikakashinika tukoshwa ike. Shana koya nike shinya wa. だからね、しゃてかしのことかしでかしのことかしねやとしてからしのことかしてかかたかしゃってかしのことかしに。わかってかしのことかしでかしのことかしてかのことしてかしのことしてか。とこってかしてかなかったかしことしてかなかしでかしのことかってかしてかたのことかしてかしのことをしわ。とかてかしてなかったかしのことをしてかなかしゃ。わあかったけしえわ。シェアのことりやな、シェアのことりやな、シェアのことりやな。Yakan no shwani yaka, dorshani karani keshe. Terano ko shwa tigre, keshe na koto shiri karana keshe. Toki shenya na ko ya nishe. Ano shwani yaka, to ishe, yeshe. Akan wani keshe nya, wani keshe. Yane keshe te ishe no. Anishwan ishe. Yane keshe no wa hishe. Anaka wani keshe ni. Anodo ishe no wa keshe. Naka nya watishe. Yako ite keshe nya to inishe na. Wana kashwa. Ite isha noehe. Yakwa ni kishe nwa ishe. Wad nyakwa ishe. Yako wak ni. Ite ishwanika isha wa. Ike ishinia wa. Taka nyatwa shitigrenike. Akata ishe. Itoe neke shenoko ikate. Eka nishwadike. Torshadaka no wake. Ikata kadoshana koshana kotokishana kotorshana katarshana kotoshana kanakasha yakotorshana kotorshana katakana katakashwatoshana karanakate ikoto kashana kata notoshana kashana kotokishite in kotoshania yakotorshana kotoshana hana Yanesheyo 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 Yanikeya Oanikeshenia Dorianike de Kashana Doria Keshen Wanike Igiushwani Kanu Akanishe Dokeshe de Nekanu Ikeshanoaha Ikashano Koya Keshinia Wani Ikinishania Wakanu Ishe Wakanu Ukota Kasheta Kishan Koshita Kashan Kota Kasheta Kishan Kota Kasheta Nukoto Shitakanakasha Tokashita Kishan Kata Kata Kashita Kishan Koto Kashita Kishitakan Koshwa Tokashita Kishan Koto Kashita Kishan Koto Kashita Kata Asha Yakotorishin Kotoishin Karanakasha Toshin Koto Kashita Kishan Kata Wakatashini Tokashita Kishan Koto Kashita Kata Koshwat Nukotoshita Kishi Wakata Kishan Koto Kashita Kishan Koto Shida Naka what Yakata Kishan no Koto Kishi to get Nakata Kashwatoshin Katakashan Kotoshita Hanakashi. So I'm still locked with my left hand right into the sacral area. Coming to the third eye now. See how you're experiencing this. Just take your own processes, what's right for you. Yanesheya wakania, doshaniaka, watakashinia wakanu. Expanding the heart field. Yeah, ku akeshe. Yana kano wa. Ikeshe na wakanishe niaku. Yana kano shwaniaka de ishenia. Wakanu. Tekatakashi Nakatakashi Karoshi Karoshi Katakashi Roshi Kotoshi Kanakashi Katakashi no Takashi Kanakashi. Yakata Ashakashi Kotoshi Nakatakashi Kotoshi Katakanashi Kotokishi Neke. Yakato Ishwat Krishna Kotoshi Kanakatakashi Anoko. Ikatakanakashwat Anu. Yekanisha Kotoshi Katanakatoshi Takashi Katakashi Nia Toya Nakatana Katakatawishi Takashi Kotoshina. So I feel like a big recalibration is happening. Yeah, akate keshe ne kataran shedere kashwa neke sato ishake. Wakato ishake no koshwa ke keshe. Takana kashwa te keshe. Toka isha te krishna kata ushwat inikeshe. Akate keshe te keshe no koto ishe te krishna koto keshe te keshe no koshwa te keshe te ke. Yanasha wa. Ikke te keshe no koto ishe na kata ishe te koto ine keshe te kata ishe te koto ishe no kata ishe di ishe ni. Akate keshe te keshe no koto ishe te kana koshwa do akate keshe ni.
Yani no ne ka te no te e de no e no ro ishe. Wane ke do go ina ka do ishe ka na ka shwa ya no wa. Ye ke no e hishe. Ia no wa shinia wa ni ishe. To ke te ka no ko te ishe ka ka she in no ko to ka she ka ka shinia. Ya na ko to ishe ka no ko she ka na ko to ishe na ka ta wa ka te ke she. To ko te shin ka na ka she ka na ko shwa. I ka te ke no ko te ke ka te ke no ko ishe ka na ko shwa ka she ka to ishe ka na ka sha. Waka ne sheye, yakano, yakano, yakano. Wakateke shene shwatu shene koto ishwa. Sheye na kotoriana, sheye na kotoriana, sheye na kotoriana. Sheye na kotoriana, sheye na kotoriana, sheye na kotoriana. Akato ka teke shene ya, toe shene kara hataka. Waka toe shene kara she. I'm feeling very expansive through the heart area, like really, really expansive, like a real heart opening and a real, I was hearing like a reprogramming, like a, removing these old programs. Isha koto isha kato ka isha kata ka shoro shin kato shit ka ka shet. To ka shit ka shin kata ka shin koto shit ka shet ka shit ka kata ka shwoto shit ka ka shet rot isha ka na. To ka shit ka shin koto ka shit ka shin koto ka shit na kata ka shana. I'm hearing like a reformulation, like, and I'm seeing sort of like where a house has kind of been built but on the wrong foundations and then is kind of needs reordering. It kind of isn't just like a demolishing and rebuilding, it's all happening simultaneously, like rearranging of the structure with the right foundations now. I'm just feeling so much come rushing through the heart right now, really cosmic, high cosmic frequencies, like really a real expansive energy. So I feel this is partly a recalibration and an activation, an opening of the heart space, particularly to some very cosmic energies that want to come in through the heart, to expand your heart, to do some reshuffling or reconfigurating here. So, what's coming to my mind, I don't know if this is going to make any sense to many of you, like in England in the 70s, they cut down loads of ancient woodland and replanted them with conifer plantations. And like what I'm just seeing is like these conifer plantations are being removed so that old natural ancient woodland can restore itself. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening energetically, where that was that old ancient harmony that was existed on earth that was ripped apart and then replanted with these monocultural plantations is now being removed so the natural woodland can reflourish and regrow. And that's what's coming to my mind, which is beautiful. Okay, so what I'm hearing now is that there were cosmic seeds that have been planted that now are going to grow here on earth. And part of the cosmic seed is within us. This is our DNA, our galactic DNA. And I'm feeling something with it actually within the earth as well. Yanasheo, 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 Yanasheo. Yanasheo, Yanasheo, Yanasheo. Yakano yanakishe, te anakoya nakano shwaniaka. Te keshe nakano yakanishe keshe. Wakano, wakano, wakano. I'm just keep hearing cosmic heart, cosmic heart, cosmic heart. And I'm seeing it like there's this huge cosmic heart of source, this vast cosmic consciousness, and it's like now all our hearts are lighting up and syncing with this one cosmic heart. It's really amazing. So what I'm hearing is that's why we had sort of a massive outpouring of grief and some of those big endings that we've been going through, to allow in this energy into the heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is going to cause a massive outpouring of love. It's like this cosmic energy streaming into our hearts, and our hearts are just overflowing and just outpouring more and more love. This frequency of unity, of harmony, of love that is really getting established now. It's like really I feel this is like an activation of that, an allowing of that, like an opening to that. Yanasheo, 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 Yanasheo. And I'm feeling the presence of many beings here assisting, that it just feels like so, like it's vast and beautiful and so loving and restorative. It feels very much like the energy of restoration and of truth. It's really amazing. And it's these light codes coming from the sun are really assisting this process with this immense influx of light. And it's going to re-establish a lot of the structures, and I think we know that in the outer, but this goes deep, even deeper than what we can imagine. And it's really affecting the crystalline grid, which is really strengthening, pulsing, merging, communicating with the cosmic energies, inviting us into even more expansion. I'm hearing even more awareness, even more remembrance, even more like expression, exuberance. Joy. So what I'm just hearing now is like, you kind of have to opt into this. You're not, it's not just going to happen to you. It's here for you to align with, to choose, to step into. It's hard to ignore it though, I'm hearing, like you can't ignore this massive energy that's going on, but some people might just keep the blinkers on. But I suppose those of you watching have got the blinkers off already and are really choosing to align with these new frequencies, choosing to come into more expansion, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels unfamiliar. So this is lovely. So let's see if there's anything else wants to come through before I close. No, we are complete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's so interesting how the whole time I was locked into that sacral. So that's really fascinating to see what that is for you, kind of like locked into this position. They're very interesting. And the heart, a lot about the heart. So I didn't really talk about the sacral, but just trust that those codes were affecting that area. Creative self-expression, you know. I'll leave that to you for your interpretation. A lot of this is not for me to interpret because it's too vast, too complex, and your systems will interpret this in the way that's right for you. That's what I trust. But this feels really great to me. This is like, after a lot of our hard work and all the April energies, this feels like what's coming through after that as a result of that, and these light codes from the sun, this energetic support from the solar energies, and or that cosmic stargate, that stargate that's allowing through these higher frequencies from, I feel, even other galaxies, other universes, very, very dynamic cosmic energies coming in to assist and to, yeah, support us, recalibrate us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for this. I hope you feel this expansion. I hope this supports you in the highest, best way. Beautiful people, beautiful beings, new humans, luminous beings. Oh, I just hope that you can align with these expansive, beautiful, joyous energies. Stay grounded, stay, you know, we're still very much of the earth, of the body, in the earth, and this, you know, we're anchoring in these light codes now. So I hope this supports you in the highest, best way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this transmission with me. You know, I always see this as a collaboration, so I'm grateful. Please feel free to comment below your experiences or anything you want to share with me. I love reading your comments, as you know. And like and subscribe if that feels, you know, what you want to do. And I invite you to check out my free offerings below. I have a weekly Heart Haven, which is a beautiful space I do on Zoom every week, which is now recorded. And we meet together for about half an hour where I get us all into a grounded, centered state, and we come into heart coherence together. And this creates a beautiful group energy field. And then I bring through a short light language transmission for us all for what the group most needs. You're welcome to come to that. It's free, and I'll do it as often as I can do it. But yeah, and I would love to connect with you more, so feel free to reach out if you want to ask me anything. And otherwise, I will see you as soon as I can, hopefully very soon, for some more fantastic transmissions. I'm really excited about what's coming through, because I feel a lot is going to come through, and we're entering this new shift, you know, this new elevated shift where a lot more is possible and open for us. So I wish you all well, and take care of yourselves. I'm sending you so much love.